What is up, Duval County? Man, I am pumped for tonight. We have some film to break down. And if you're new around here, we make our money on film breakdowns. But before we get into all of that, we look at what the Jags did in their debacle of a game against the Saints. Let's at least pump our social media. Twitter, we're at Jaguars_United. Instagram, I don't know if y'all know, but my Instagram's been popping off lately. I've been posting here and there. I'll let you be the judge, but that's Jaguars United _. And finally, the last thing to plug is I've been on Twitch. I've been playing all kind of things, talking Jags. If you're into that sort of thing, I know it's not everyone's forte. If you're into that, Jags United, look for Jags_United. Look for me on Twitch, and there's just stuff always going around for sure. But with that being said, we have another game and another game of film to break down. If you're watching this after the fact, so this video has already been out and you're on YouTube and you're watching it, it's because that you don't get the notifications and that you're not here watching. So we're at 9:30 p.m. This show is for the fans, by the fans, all of that stuff. I want the fans to get their voice. To be completely honest with you, I think there's a huge gap in Jaguars media as far as getting the fans involved, and I felt that way for a long time. So I said, screw it, let's get the fans involved, and this is my way of doing it. So get in the chat, put your comments up. I try to read every comment because Jags fans should have a place to talk about the Jags that's not like... I can't remember. I listen to local radio all the time. Can't remember the last time they even took a call from a fan. And that's pathetic. So let's get to some of the people that are here and some of the comments. Shay J, first one in the comments. That's what I like to hear. He's saying, "Hey yo." Cameron Boysvert says, "What's up?" Hey, what's up, Cameron, bro? I'm doing good, bro. Thursday. Let's go. Kev B says, "Yo Jay, what up, Kev B?" Moon Illusion says, "W," just a straight dub. I think he means by just being here in the channel, it's a straight W. C Breacher says, "Yo." Brandon Latouche says, "Jags United, what is up?" Not much, man. Had a good night, so I'm excited to be here. I got my film loaded up. The breakdowns are loaded up. I don't have them in any sort of sequential order. I hope you're okay with that, but we'll see what happens. DJM says, "Wait, Jason-san." He says he's blowing up the bathroom. I can't blame you for that. I cannot. Robert Adzert says, "What up?" What up, Robert Adzert? DJM says he'll be back. Predator, haven't seen you in a minute, Predator. He says, "Let's go." AJ Cajones says, Duval, let's go. That crisp intro's fire. That's how we do. Hey, I'm tired of wasting y'all's time. I'm tired of wasting my time. Let's jump right into the film. All right, so I got this docked up here. Let's see here. Is this it? Is this my right transition? Yes, it is. Okay, so let me make sure everything's good to go here. I got some plays dialed up here, and there's a couple things I wanted to look at. Not all good, and I think that anybody who watched the game would tell you that there's definitely some glaring holes. And if you're like me and you live on Twitter, there's no lack of pessimism on Twitter. I think everyone's hellfire and brimstone. I can't believe the amount of people that are already turning their back on Urban Meyer, and it's been 2 weeks of preseason. So I'm going to try to shed a little optimism into this Jaguar team. And if you're not about that, and if you're all about this team's going to win one game next year, this is probably not the channel for you. But if you're trying to look at the positives and building for the future, maybe check it out. That being said, I have this video tagged bad O-line protection. So let me move this thing out of the way for you because I'm legit like that, so I can move things, okay? All right. So here we're going to see bad O-line protection. You can see it labeled here. And really what I'm getting at is I think this is going to be our biggest issue going forward. I had known this O-line was bad. I let you guys convince me. I let the fans convince me. Fans show. All the comments were about how the O-line's going to be fine and they're cohesive. They played together for a while. And that's fine. But after watching this game, and I know that like 3 starters didn't play, so I'm not ignorant of that fact. But these guys have played for a while. Shatley's been on this line for a while. Barch had all of last year. Walker Little, I'll give a little bit of a break to. But let's take a look here at what we do. And it's not all bad, so hang with me here. The first thing right off the gate is I love this formation. Dude, I've been begging for a trips tight bunch since the day I was born. To see this trips right bunch right here, like, I love it. I mean, look what the defense has to do. They don't know who they're covering. We got all of the defenders within literally half the field right here, okay? I like this. I like the play that's called. You see the 3 receivers here. They're going to do some sort of switching, like obviously. Like that's what we want. But the problem is Trevor has to back out and get – and look, here's what's happening. They don't have a lot of receivers. They have, 4 people running routes. Walker Little gets beat almost immediately. I mean, at the snap, let's see. Okay, so the Saints are bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in protection. In theory, on paper, philosophy, we should be able to cover this. This should be no problem. 6 on 5, this should be no problem for us, right? And that's what the offensive coordinator is thinking. They bring this linebacker late, and the running back sees him, so he kind of does his job. But the issue is going to be, obviously, on the edge. Trevor Lawrence is going to feel a little uncomfortable. His safety valve tight end is obviously covered up here. His pocket's shrinking in on him. No one's open. So at this point, Trevor's like, I got to get out of here. Like, I know the clock in my head. I've played football long enough to know I don't have that much time in the pocket. Not to mention last week, he got his bell rung for being in the pocket too long. So this week, he goes, you know what? If I don't have time, I'm making the play myself. And Trevor's going to just do a rollout. This is Clemson Trevor Lawrence right here. This is not NFL Trevor Lawrence. This is Clemson Trevor Lawrence saying, get me out of this pocket. Let me create some time. Gets his feet set. Gets a good throw in. Not there. Okay? So here's the problem. And here's why I have this play labeled as bad O-line protection. Because when we see this play from the end zone, we see what Bevel was trying to do. And it would work if he had good protection. Okay? So now we get an end zone film. All right? Let's back it up just a little bit. You know me, I'm a sucker for end zone film. I did not know this, but apparently the NFL Network does not show end zone film in the preseason. I had no clue. I don't know why. Not a problem. I like this here, right? I like what we got going on here. This is like my type of football right here. At the snap, it's looking good. They're going to basically put everyone out, make the DBs think they're running some sort of play toward the sideline to the corner, and then they're going to come through to the middle of the field, okay? I want you to look at what's happening here with this route concepts. Look, 1, 2, 3 guys. They're all going to be breaking toward the middle of the field. Now, when you're an offensive coordinator, ideally what you're trying to do is what's called a levels concept, right? You want a guy here, a guy middle, and a guy deep. That way it gives your quarterback 3 tiers of reads. The quarterback can read the defenders. All good. First mistake is these 2 guys are way close to – this is good spacing here. This is bad spacing, okay? Look at how open this receiver is. If only Trevor had time in the pocket to see him. See, so many people talk about how our receivers couldn't get open, which is an issue. But a bigger issue was Trevor is turning over. He's doing a baseball turn to the opposite direction of the field to his left side when there's a guy wide open in the middle of the field. This safety could probably have made a play, but Trevor could have made a throw here. I mean, look how open he is. But Trevor is rolling out because the Walker Little didn't allow him any time. So the play concept works. The route concept works. It's the time. And then, so look, Trevor turns around. He sees the receiver open. I mean, he probably could have made a throw here. But now, by the time he can set his feet, he's a pro quarterback. He knows he's got to set his feet. He knows he's got to get his shoulder pointed toward his target. At this point, the DBs are there. Makes a throw. He's bracketed. This isn't the receiver's fault. This isn't the play caller's fault. This isn't Trevor's fault. He did not have enough time in the pocket to get to his guy to make the throw. And that's the bottom line. I mean, you can say whatever you want about it, but in reality, that was the issue. So, unless you're willing to meet me there, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's the film. That's the film right there. All right. Let's get to some of these comments here. We have, the comments are popping off, man. Oh, I like it. Tugger Nut says, yo, what up, Tugger Nut? Sorry, I just got to that. Justin says, this O-line is giving me nightmares. Yeah, I feel that. Duval, I see you, says, Duval, what's up, everybody? What's up? Predator, if someone finds his Twitch link, please, LOL. All right, I just started, so it's there's nothing to write home about, but it's just Jags_United. It's that easy. It's literally it's the same setup. I'm embarrassed to say it. Wydog 5000 says, "What's up? What's up, Wydog? Good to see you." Cameron Boysvert says, "I like the stream, so we can start blowing the channel." Oh, like the stream? Yeah, that's fine. You know, I kind of like where we're at. It feels like an intimate group of Jaguar fans. I'm not gonna lie. Kid Get Money says, "Who are you gonna pick up the load after Etienne's injury?" That's a good question. I mean, that's a big injury, but. Here's what I keep telling everybody that I talk to is like Etienne's injury, it sucks, but every team is going to deal with an injury like that. You just hope you don't have to deal with like more than like 2 or 3, right? You just hope you don't have to deal with like 2 or 3 of your starters being out for the year. Everyone's going to deal with one guy going out. That's why depth is so important, right? We kind of excuse it when you're scratching the bottom of the barrel like the Jags, like, oh, we're good across the board at starters, but good teams have depth for this very reason. I don't necessarily think that we're a good team, so we don't have depth here. So are we going to have a Zegbo out there? We're going to pick up a dude? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Duval, I see you says the O-line did good enough that they did move the trips to the top of the screen and no one was open. The problem on this one. Okay. Peter Seaman says little got stood up by Davenport. He has to get used to the beasts. Yeah, that's for sure. Harley Morrell says, good to you back on the, I don't know. You guys got to start spelling your comments correctly. You're throwing me off here. Like, come on. Take 2 seconds to get your comments spelled right. Luke Agnes says, we have to draft O-line high in the draft next year. I thought we were going to draft O-line high this year. I thought the 25th pick was a perfect candidate to draft an offensive lineman. It's okay. We're at where we're at. Jeremy Price says, do you think we'll sign a running back to replace Etienne? I would think that a running back gets signed at some point. I'm surprised one hasn't been signed yet. It makes me think that Urban likes a guy that's on the roster, which is fine. I mean, between Hyde and Robinson, you could probably get away with it. You would like to have Etienne, obviously, but I don't necessarily see any of the other guys getting any other carries. People keep saying Taven Austin. Yeah, I mean, I know he got hurt today, but he doesn't seem like he's not the same player as Etienne. All these people are comparing him to Etienne. He's not the same guy. Tavon Austin is a small framed slot receiver. Etienne is a receiving running back. Those are 2 completely different positions, so they're not the same person. Although I do like both. Jersey Jaguar. I just want to get to Houston. That's well said. That might be the best comment I read all night. Shay J. What's up, Shay? Still waiting for those field tickets, Shay J. He says, there seems to be a lack of offensive line talent across the league. Don't bring this bigger view to the channel, all right? We're trying to diagnose the problems. Don't bring the fact that the entire league is at, Shay always does this. Shay always tries to bring logic into these conversations. Come on, Shay. This is not a place for... I'm just kidding. I do appreciate your logic, Shay. It always brings me back down to earth, so please keep it coming. Cameron Boysvert with the $10 dono. Thank you, Cam. He says, I'm just showing a little... Dude, thank you, bro. Like, I can't thank you enough, honestly. He says, I can't get enough of the film breakdown. Well, then what am I sitting here freaking looking at myself for? Let's jump right back into film. Okay, here's one. Here's a positive. Okay, I know I teased positivity at the beginning. All right. Let me first of all bring it up so you guys can see it, right? I actually didn't mind how the defensive line played. I thought the defensive line played with a lot of effort and a lot of energy. So I kind of like this here, okay? So I think the defensive line had a lot to show for here. Let's get the play rolling here. First of all, for all those people that are like, we're a 3-4, okay, cool. Look how many guys we have in the box right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 in the box. So this is what 8 in the box is going to look like under Joe Cullen's defense, right? And anytime you're expecting the run or you're trying to stop the run for that matter, you're going to have 8 in the box. So you have your 3 down linemen. I love this formation over the nose. I like these 2 guys. You got your 2 linebackers here. And these guys are playing tight to the line of scrimmage. Here's my only problem. I just don't know if these guys are thick. I mean, look how small Miles and Jenkins look here. They don't look big. Ideally, I'd like a bigger guy there in an 8-man front, but it's okay. So the Saints are going to run some like cattywampus type misdirection. They got a guy coming, a tight end coming back across the field. They got an orbit motion coming here. Like, they're trying to get the eyes of the linebackers like all messed up. When you're a linebacker and you see this tight end pull across the middle of the field, you know the ball is getting hit between the A and B gaps. Linebackers do a great job here. And this play is not even about the linebackers, about the defensive line. Look at this play here. Look at this guy. Like, he is defeating his block here. Like, no love went to him. No love went to my boy here. Who's that? 90. All the love went to Jihad Ward. But look who really made the play. Watch this. 3 technique. Tackle. Getting across the body. He's getting tackled to the middle of the field. The running back sees this, has to cut back inside, makes a great play. I had this queued up here. But I lost it. Is that Devon Hamilton? We're going to look it up, boys. We're going to look it up. Oh, my gosh. The 98 year comes up before. All right. They're really making us do this, huh? Don't act like you guys don't do this all the time looking for players, all right? Don't judge me. Malcolm Brown, my boy Malcolm Brown. All right, my boy Malcolm Brown making a play. He got so much hype here. All right. Malcolm Brown is going to be lined up in the 3 technique. He's over the guard. He is going to get into the gap of this next backside guard, driving the ball back inside. Look, Malcolm Brown and Jihad Ward are 2 guys that the Jags did not have on their roster last year. They were horrible against the run. We kind of like half-heartedly said that the Jags addressed the defensive line, sort of. But is there a chance that Malcolm Brown and Jihad Ward are a lot better than we thought? Like, think about this. Like when we signed Malik Jackson and Calais Campbell, like those were big signings for us as Jags fans. We were pumped. We paid them a lot of money, so we expected them to perform and turn them out with the money. But did we expect them to perform the way that they did in 2017? Like, we did not. Like, no one. I think Campbell was like outplayed his contract by light years. Is there a chance that Jihad Ward and Malcolm Brown are outplaying their contracts? Because if they are, this defensive line, who, gauging by like the eyeball test, have been very good against the run. For a team that can't cover, and for a team with linebackers that can't cover, like, we're doing really, really well against the line of scrimmage for sure. I just want to hit this one. Okay, we got 2 donations. All right, so now we're hitting 2 donations. Man, you guys are... What am I supposed to do with you guys, man? All right. We have a $20 donation from Munch Lax, who says, and we'll bring the chat up because I'm a man of the people and I got a bunch of different screens, so forgive me. Munch Lax says, love the streams, keep up the great content. Thank you, Munch, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that you love it. I hope I have a bunch of plays queued up. So either this show is going to go until midnight or I'm going to have to not use half the plays I recorded. Jeremy Price says Malcolm Brown. Jeremy, I got it. Duval, I see you, says, nice defensive credit, great play. Malcolm Brown, then Ward cleaned up. So you guys all know who the players are. I mean, UCF Jaguar in the chat. Bro, he had his video. I was in there. I was trying to spice it up with a little pregnancy scare. Join his Relevant. Relevant's a great company. I'm excited to be on Relevant on UCF's channel because the very thing that I'm trying to do with this channel, UCF Jaguar is trying to do with his as well. So we are similar-minded. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be awesome. He says, thanks for always coming on the channel, bro. Best fan base out there. Bro, I'm just happy I can be on your show every once in a while, for sure. Predator says, I like Brown and Hamilton side by side. Dude, $20, dude. Y'all are freaking nutty, dude. I appreciate it. Hey, it's our guy, says Predator. Smoot steadily plays well every year. UCF dropping. Dude, UCF just came in here and freaking dropped a bomb, bro. I appreciate it, UCF. Thank you. All right, well, I think now would be a great time to jump back into the film because that's what I think people are here for. All right, look, I said we were gonna be all good here. Okay, so we are. We're gonna be positive. Check out this defensive sack here. All right, now, is it a coincidence that every sack that the Jaguars have had all preseason have been on third down? No, it's not. Third down, it's a little easier to get sacks. That being said, this is 3rd and 8. You could argue in the modern NFL, 3rd and 8 is 3rd and medium, okay? Just hang with me here, okay? So here we're going to see Joe Cullen draw it up, okay? So 2 guys' hands in the dirt. First of all, love to see it, right? 2 guys in the dirt, everyone else is standing up. This makes the read like very hard for Taysom Hill, okay? So he's going to come in. The Jaguars are showing a cover 1. I mean, they got 1 guy deep middle of the field. He's shaded toward the strength. You have these guys, are pretty much declaring they're in man, which is fine. I'm a man guy. I'm a cover 1 guy. All about that, right? So coming in at the snap, we're bringing 4. Like, that's not a ton. That's not a bliss. Bringing 4 is what you do every single down on even in an odd man front, like 3-4. So the secondary is actually going to do well here. Like, we gave the secondary a lot of crap. I gave Shaq Griffin a lot of crap. They do have a guy back here, so maybe they are in a cover 2. Yeah, so they are in a cover 2. So they have it covered pretty well here. And look what the D-line does. Look, the offense has numbers. We're bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. So a little linebacker blitz here. Chazon is, I've seen all over Twitter that Chazon like makes his play, which look like I'm cool with it, right? This is the play that Chazon can make. And this is the thing. It's like, this is why Chazon was drafted. So if you watch him in the bottom of your screen, like, this is why he was drafted. I know he gets a bunch of crap whenever he has to bull rush or he gets double teamed or something like that. Like, he needs to work on that still. No doubt about it. But this is the move that he literally got drafted on. His ability to shed a block, duck underneath a tackle, and bend the edge and make the quarterback step up in the pocket is why he got drafted. And watch what he does here. That exact thing. I mean, the athleticism this takes, like, I know it looks like something very simple, but the athleticism this takes to bend the edge like that and get around a pro NFL tackle, I mean, that's massive. He makes the quarterback step up in the pocket and then allows someone to clean up the sack. Your boy Hoodie Ward making a big play, right? Taking all the credit, when in reality, John Ward cleaned up what Chazon did. I mean, beating him with speed there, I mean, that's why he was drafted. So one of the guys that I was worried about coming into this year was Clavon, because he's yet to show me something that has told me he's going to make the next step. But there he did, and I'll take it. So, good for Clavon. I mean, it's something that he needed for sure, coming into this game. Get caught up on some of these comments here. UCF Jaguar says, I am the 9-inch bomb. Yeah. 9 inches is something, that's for sure. Cap UCF says, hey, Harley, Chazon has a dirty spin as well. Yeah, that's true. Cameron Boysvert says, Cap. No one believes you, UCF Jaguar. No one believes you. Zach is Wax says, it's nice having you and UCF go between. A nice little mixture. Yeah, well, if you want, like, the cool guy, you come to me. If you want UCF, I'm just playing. Love UCF. All right, let's get some more clips here. We're going positive. So we're going to take offensive bad protection. Here's a positive for you guys. Oh, I've been saving this for this video. All right, this is for all of you Taven Bryan haters. And look, I'm not a Taven Bryan fan. I just think it's fun to be a Jags fan. And I think a time like this, it would be a great time to pull up a Taven Bryan clip. My boy. I would argue the 4-eye technique, there's no telling. I mean, I don't know what front this is. An underfront? I don't know. I can't tell. I mean, it looks like he's head up on the guard. I like it. Is he gonna 2-gap? Is he gonna hold up both the B and the C gap against the run? I can see it happening. It's 2nd and 8. You don't know what the Saints are gonna do. I digress. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Jags are like, oh, do something deep. I dare you. Even though it's 14-0 and both touchdowns have been on bombs. Look, the defense was vanilla. Don't read too much into it. Cover 1, straight across the board. The Saints are like, all right, you want to play this way? That's fine. Not a great play call, to be honest. Like, you want to call this play if you're the Saints if you notice that there's like maybe 6 or 7 guys coming. When they're rushing 4 is probably not the best time to call a screen. And that's why I've been trying to tell people, like, don't read too much into the play calling from either team, offense or defense, because they're just basically trying to see what they have. They're trying to get a look against a good competitor. The Saints would never run a screen on 2nd and 8. Never. And if they did, it would not be against a 4-man front. But here they are. They're going to run a designed screen against a 4-man front. Okay? Whatever. They're trying to get a look. Don't look too much. Those of you that are looking too far into preseason, don't do it. Watch your boy 90 right here. First one to recognize the screen. First one. For all those he has no awareness. For all of those he doesn't know what's going on. Okay. Look who's recognizing the screen. Look who's closest to the ball right now. Okay. And look who's there to make the tackle. All right. So all you Taven haters that said he has no IQ, he doesn't know what's going on, explain this to me. All right. No, I don't think he even gets credit for a tackle here. And this might be the first. Look at the sidelines. Look at this. We know when we see a good play. All you Taven haters, get out of here. All right. Let's look at a play from Trevor Lawrence. All right. I'm sick of looking at this defense. All right. I think we've all seen this play to death for sure. I mean, it happens. But what I like here is the play call. Okay. So we're inside our own 10-yard line. Like, this is the time. Like, honestly, if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm probably running the ball until about the 12, 13, 14, just because I just don't want to throw in the end zone. I mean, there's no point. It is what it is. Like, okay. I like this play call. So they're in the ace formation. One back. Quarterback under center, a tight 2 out to the left, a tight 1 out to the right, a tight end. This is typically a play that you're going to see. Like, I like ace under center because you don't know what's happening. A defense is have to respect both the pass and the throw. It's first down. I mean, for all of those people that said it's run, pass, at least they're lining up an ace, right? So you don't know. He's going to do a play action here. Now, ideally, I would like Manhurts to get a better piece here. And a lot of people kind of misdiagnosed this play when I saw it on Twitter. So watch a Manhurts here. He's going to get a piece at the end. Not a great piece. Like, an all-pro tight end is going to get a better piece there. But whatever. I mean, Manhurts is not an all-pro, okay? He's going to get a piece, and he's going to roll out. So Trevor does end up taking a big hit on this play. And he does end up getting a completion out to Laviska Shenault for a first down. Like, this play was not designed to go to Laviska. Okay, so this is just what happened to happen from this play. When we see the end zone film, and again, this was a hit that Lawrence took that he should not have taken. But I love this end zone film because this play was designed for the defense to take the bait on Laviska and hit underneath to Manhurts for easy yards. Okay, that's why you call this play with your back to the end zone. Okay. So it's obviously they're on the left hash. They have this whole field side here. Everyone knows they're going to the field side, even though it's Trevor's bad side. If there's one thing that we've tipped, is that Trevor can roll out opposite to his right hand and still make a good throw, which is awesome for a Jag fan, right? So he's rolling out here. The fact that 22 bites on Manhurts, Lawrence has got to be thinking wow, what? This is not supposed to happen. He's supposed to be a quick read here, dump it off to Manhurts, run out the back of the end zone, no harm, no foul. But this 22 is going to come down and play the tight end. And so now Lawrence has to make the off-balance Michael Jordan in the air throw that he's known for. And he hits it perfectly while going to the ground. If this doesn't give you optimism as a Jags fan, that play was called to be a safe play, get us out of the end zone. Don't take a sack, don't take a holding, a quick hitter, play action, get us some wiggle room. And because the Saints misplayed it, it turned into a pretty big gain. And Trevor was able to make the throw. This is a throw a lot of quarterbacks won't make. So if you want some optimism, Trevor making this throw, which is not nearly as hard as he's going to get hit. I mean, I'm pretty sure Minshew got hit harder in that Broncos game than that. Those tiny pads do scare me. I mean, come on. That's what you want out of a quarterback. I mean, to be able to make that, that's if you get inside the mind of the play caller and what they're trying to do, and the fact that Lawrence was able to do that, that's huge. That's huge for sure. All right, let's get some more of your comments here. Harley Morrell says, does Tyson Campbell bounce back regular season? I got to play for Tyson Campbell geared up. Shay J says, I was happy to see Trevor came away without breaking a finger on that great throw. Dude, honestly, I put on Twitter, like, I don't want to see Trevor play anymore. Like, I'm good with Trevor. I'm not one of these people, and somehow I'm in the minority, but I am not one of these people that thinks that these players need that many reps. I mean, I ranted about this on UCF Jaguars channel last night. So if you go on UCF Jaguars channel, I was on his channel last night. We did a little Q&A type thing. I am not one that thinks that guys like this need reps. Cool, come out with a couple series. You know, back in the day when colleges were running this like spread and the pros were running this like under center I-form offense, pro style, like, yeah, maybe get some reps. But nowadays when the offenses are the same, your coach is literally a college coach, you don't need reps. And then we need chemistry guys. Chemistry with who? With Walker Little at left tackle and Ben Barch at left guard and Tyler Shatley at center? That's not who's going to be starting week 1. So where's the chemistry? Maybe it's the receivers. Maybe we're throwing to Philip Dorsett down the field or Josh Agnew. Like, cool. But that's not chemistry. So, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, he doesn't need some reps or does he need to develop some chemistry, but I think it just gets a little overblown. I mean, look at the past quarterbacks that have come out. I mean, Josh Allen barely played with the Bills in preseason. Kyler Murray didn't play at all. These guys don't need adjustment and chemistry and reps. It's the same offense. They're making the same reads. Trevor Lawrence hasn't run zone read one time in the pros, and he's going to destroy teams with that in the NFL. Just cautioning people, don't get so caught up on reps and chemistry and things like that. Robert Asbert says, Trevor processes fast. I mean, that's one of the reasons why he was the first overall pick, and everyone knew it. Cam Boisvert says, I still want to see him play. That's just selfish, Cam, and I'm with you. But we got 17 weeks to see him play. I don't want to see him hurt in games that don't matter. Chef Florida Boy says, teams are coming hard after him. That generational tag is like a bullseye on his back. Man, you know, that's a good point. And, you know, I think you could take that a little too far if you wanted to, because all these guys are trying to put food on their table. So whether it's Jihad Ward or Yannick Ngakoue or Dwan Smoot, they're all going to go full tilt regardless of who's back there. I don't think any like type of thing gives them extra motivation. I think they're pretty much intrinsically motivated. But yeah, maybe they do want to finish off the hit rather than pull off because it's Trevor. Maybe they want to like drive him to the ground instead of just like hitting him because it's Trevor. Maybe. I would listen to that argument. Robert Azert says, only in camp Trevor should be of all his first reps getting timing down. Yeah, give him the first reps in camp. Jesus is King. What up, Jesus is King? How's it going? He says, did I miss anything? No, you did not miss anything. Just me yelling, like always. Anyone talk about players complaining? Okay. Don't get me started on the players complaining type thing. Okay. I'm honestly not going to get, I'm not going to get off on this soap. I know I rant. I know that. I'm not going to rant about this. This was from a journalist who used unnamed sources. Anytime a journalist uses unnamed sources, okay, cool. I have some unnamed sources too, right? I don't know. I'm not reading too far into this. Let's not even go on the fact that who's going to complain? The guys that won one game last year? The guys that got one win in the NFL. Those are the guys that are complaining about the practices. There's literally no merit to that report, and there's no merit to that argument. So it's like double makes no sense. All I'm going to say. Because I could go off on that. I'm a coach. You guys got to remember. Harley Morrell, if you could predict the 6 wideouts to make the 53, who would they be? And Harley says Chark, Shenault, Jones, Agnew being locks. I don't know, man. I mean, what's the extent of the injury to Taven Austin? I mean, it seems like they like Philip Dorsett. He's getting a lot of first-team reps. I think you're going to see, those top 4, Chark, Shenault, Jones, Agnew, getting most of the reps. And then I think you're going to see a combination of guys getting picked up off practice squads and guys that aren't injured and speed guys. The bottom, like, we're reading, and I think we're reading too much as a fan base into what this team is this year and what Urban wants. Here's like the part that kind of sucks is us as fans. Like, we want to look at what the depth chart right now, and we want to say, okay, Urban can use this, and this is what Urban wants, and he's going to win with this type of team. But the reality is this is Urban's first year with this team, and this is probably 50%, if that, of the roster he wants. Offense and defense. The guys he drafted: Lawrence, Etienne, Little, Campbell. I mean, Jordan Smith, Luke Farrell, Jalen Camp. All these guys, if you notice, have like freak attributes about them. Trevor Lawrence is a once-in-a-generational quarterback. Travis Etienne is a dual threat receiver and running back, shifty, big playmaker. Tyson Campbell, fastest DB in the class. Walker Little, most potential, number one player coming out of high school. Technically sound, one of the best technically sound linemen I've seen in a long time, coming off a serious injury. Jordan Smith, underrated defensive end who was at a big-time college and got caught up in legal troubles, ended up at UAB and blowing up at UAB. Luke Farrell, a guy who dominated at the college level in the bowl games against the best competition, can play the H-back position. Like, we see who Urban wants from who he drafted this year. Everyone else on the team, even as early as C.J. Henderson, are not guys that are necessarily what Urban wants. So we can sit here and predict the 6 wide receivers, and that's fine. But when it really matters to me is like 2022, 2023, I think you might see one of these guys. You might see Laviska. I don't think Marvin Jones is going to be around here very long. He's on a 2-year deal. It's front-loaded. DJ Chark. I love DJ Chark. I'm rooting for him more than anyone else in the world. I don't think he's on this team next year. I think even if he's average, some team will overpay because that's what free agency is. And we know him, and we won't pay him that. I mean, that's the bottom line. Beyond that, you're looking at, some guys that we Agnew, Dorsett, Camp, like Colin Johnson. And I love Colin Johnson as a receiver. I mean, I love Colin Johnson as a receiver. But here's Colin Johnson's biggest problem. And watching the film, like, it really stood out to me in this preseason game, is this dude cannot block down the field. Well, if they run the ball to his side, he is going to get destroyed by any defensive back he tries to block. And that's not good. Urban, you got to remember, was a receivers coach at Notre Dame. Urban is a guy who is going to be all about fundamentals. He's going to be about blocking. He's going to be about getting off the line of scrimmage with the right stance at the right time. If you can't block in the run game, you're not going to see the field. It's Colin Johnson, bro. Like, he might get cut. And it's not because he's not a good receiver. It's just because he's not a willing blocker. And I'm kind of with Urban on that, bro. If you're not going to block, come on. I don't know. Let's get back to the film here. I'm sitting here ranting, bro. Y'all literally let me sit here and rant for the last, 15 minutes. That's on y'all. All right, here's one. A positive. All right, a positive. Here's what I love this play. Love it. This play is going to destroy teams in the regular season, okay? I hope y'all are ready for this, okay? So look around the Jags, bro, the wide stack. Thank you, Urban. Finally, he brings something from college into this form. Look at this, bro. This is a college formation. 2 guys stacked on top of each other. Look how the Saints are playing it. If they ran this play one time and saw the Saints did not get a defensive back out here, they would throw a quick screen and we would run this into the freaking end zone. They get a DB over here late. They're confused. He says, I'll take the first guy out. I'll take the first guy in. They're saying the same sort of thing, but they have a safety that's kind of lost here. They have the Saints where they want them. This is the play to freaking take off. And if the Jags were in their bag and they wanted to actually show their plays, they might have been able to score here. I'm not even kidding you. But this is preseason. That's why I was trying to tell you guys, don't get caught up in preseason. Because here they're going to be like, well, let's not show everything, okay? And here's my point. This play is designed to spread the field and to hit the ball either inside zone or a zone read. We'll see it at the snap. This play is designed to read this defensive end, okay? This defensive end is so tight, and he is so locked in down the line of scrimmage. If Trevor Lawrence would have kept this ball and this receiver is actually blocking, I mean, look, you might not be able to see this, but Marvin Jones has worked into an RPO. So I've been harping on Trevor Lawrence, running this zone read right here, but he also has the ability to throw it to Marvin Jones. And now look, we have a one-on-one out here. Or Trevor Lawrence runs. Literally the only thing he could have not done there to pick up a bunch of yards was to hand it to Carlos Hyde, and that's what he does. Carlos Hyde gets tackled. And look at Trevor. Look at Trevor standing by himself. Like, you don't think Trevor could have taken Jenkins to the edge? Like, come on. Imagine if Trevor holds this ball here. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, like, I'm not so pessimistic on this game. I'm not. Like, I think this team could have done well if they wanted to. That's all I'm saying. I know we had a talk about Tyson Campbell. I guess we can get into Tyson Campbell here a little bit, right? So let's we'll do this one quick and we'll get to some of the comments, okay? So this is the touchdown play that Tyson Campbell gave up. So look at the defense that they're in, okay? So they're in straight 8-man, 9, 10, 11. 8 guys in the box. They're tight. They got a fullback in the backfield. I don't blame him for this. Tyson Campbell is going to have his responsibility. They're in a cover 3. His responsibility is deep thirds. So from this hash to this sideline is Tyson Campbell. From the middle of the field is the free safety. And from this hash, and maybe this guy's working a little bit outside the hashes, thirds. Shaq Griffin is responsible here. Tyson Campbell, like, sees that his guy is cutting across the field. This is a max protection play action play. Campbell sees what's happening. Okay, we're going to get a little drawing here. That's good protection. Okay, thank you, Monday Night Football crew, for drawing your great lines there. Shaq Griffin is burnt. This safety who's responsible for middle thirds, like, I don't know what this safety's doing. I think it was Josh Jones. Like, what are you doing? Not only is that guy, like, covered, but your most dangerous threat is now running into your middle thirds uncovered. So you're looking for someone to blame for this first touchdown? It's this safety. This middle of the field safety who, unless there was an inverted coverage call here, like, it's like, I know it looks like it'd be cover 2, but you're not going to call cover 2 with your 2 corners and bring your safety down, because if you are going to do that, at the snap, your free safety is going to come downhill. Because for him to back up this far and then break up on the ball, if he's playing a strong side, like robber cover 1 type middle of the field safety, he's still not right. And he needs to be, like, literally on the shoulder here. So he knows what he did wrong here. Tyson Campbell, look, he started right here. Think about this for a second, guys. Tyson Campbell started right here where my mouse is. And he's the first one to the ball on this side of the hash on the 7-yard line. You can blame him all you want for not making this play, but the dude was the first guy there. He was the first guy there. And so it's his second game as a pro against real competition. He's going to clean this up. But the fact that he beat your boy Shaq there to the ball, I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing that kind of worries me more than anything. I mean, I don't know. Jesus King with the $5 donation. Thank you, Jesus King. I appreciate it. He says, good eye, Jason. You got me excited about this offense. Thank you. Thank you, bro. That's what we do. It's what we do. I'm going to try to get caught up on this comments, but I got kind of carried away. I get carried away, guys, and I apologize. But I'm going to try to get caught up here. Harley Morrell says, great point, sir. Oh, thanks, Harley. Duval ICU says, DJ Chark will likely be gone next year. I agree. If Chark goes for 1,200 yards, re-sign him. That's the thing, is Chark's in a weird spot. Like, he has to, like, really go off to warrant what he'll get in free agency. Like, I don't know if Urban would have drafted him, or if Urban would have signed him, then I think Chark could have gotten away with, like, 1,000 yards receiving and then getting re-signed to a pretty big deal. But the fact that he's not Urban's guy makes me think that it's going to take 1,200. Like you said, it's going to take 1,200, more than 10 touchdowns for him to warrant getting re-signed, just because the receiver market is so saturated with guys that can make catches and score touchdowns. I don't know. I mean, it's a good point. It really, and I don't know. And I'm giving my opinion, but you guys might be just as right as I am, to be honest. It's hard to know what they want to do. Susan Wesolowski, what's up, Susan? Says, if the Jaguars don't do nothing with their O-line, they're absolutely going to get smoked. I think that sums up the sentiment of most Jags fans. Here's the hope, Susan. I think the hope is that if we get Cam Robb back, if we get Norwell playing to how he played at the end of last year, maybe Carolina days if we're lucky, and if we get Linder fully healthy, this offensive line has played so many snaps together. I mean, take out Jawan Taylor. This offensive line has played a lot of snaps together. Bring in Jawan Taylor, played all of last year. Like, you're not going to find a more cohesive five than these five. And I think that's the hope. And I think when you're Urban Meyer and when you're this coaching staff and you're coming on staff and you're looking at who you have on the offensive line, you see these five guys that have played 100 snaps together. You're thinking, okay, I can work with this. But we have so many deficiencies on the right side and with guys getting injured that it just looks better on paper than I think the reality. And sometimes that takes coaches a year to figure out. So that's why I'm not quick to jump on Urban, because I could see myself in Urban's position making that same assumption. But as someone who's watched this team for a long time, like, I kind of know what to expect. So it's a tough spot for sure. DJ M says, I'm sorry, Jason's son. DJ, I don't know what you're sorry about, bro. I'm just happy you're here. Robert Adzert, if Cisco is in place for Jones, interception all day. I do like Cisco. I like Cisco a lot. I was watching Cisco at IMG. Like, I've been watching Cisco for a while. I've definitely been thought, like, when we drafted him, I was like, that's a good pick. His problem, like many others, is just his durability and can he stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, Cisco's where it's at. Jacob Eub says the Jaguars need to keep Chark. I don't think the Jags can replace him. They could replace him. They could draft a receiver in the first round next year and replace him. They could sign a free agent and they could replace him. It just is it worth it? And I guess is more your point. And it might be a good point. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the verdict, Chark, we're all in the same boat about Chark. If you were to make a prediction about Chark, you would just be guessing like the rest of us because he's coming off of a crap year, coming off of a good year, coming off an injury. We're all rolling the dice here. Harley Morrell, Cisco going to be so nice this year with the money sign. Okay. Robert Atcher says maybe Little can take Can's job. So Little's issue is he just obviously was not used to the bull rush. I mean, his technique is good. His hands are good. His footwork's good. His kick step's good. He recognizes blitzes and he passes defenders off well. He just was evidently not ready for the power of the bull rush from NFL defense, which is fine. Like that honestly, that's what you would expect. Like, I wouldn't want him to come out there and like not use his hands and try to like chest bump defenders. Like, I wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want him to like miss his kick step and be like way out in the middle of nowhere and allow the defender to just make a play inside straight to the quarterback. If my rookie offensive lineman's going to make a mistake, I want it to be he's just not quite ready for the strength of the NFL. Like, look, optimism. I'm going to rename this video Optimism because you could look at it from that point of view and like, okay, we're fine. I've said over and over and over again, if you've watched any of my videos, offensive linemen have the biggest learning curve of any player besides the quarterback in the NFL. Offensive line, absolutely. So for sure. All right. Let's get to another clip here. I'm running out of breath here. I'm yelling at y'all, but that's okay. I think y'all can handle it. All right, let's look at the second defensive touchdown. All right, this one is going to be squarely on Shaq Griffin, which, obviously I'm not too happy about. But, again, I'm not going to judge until the regular season. Shaq Griffin's got a pretty straightforward assignment here. Like, that's the issue. Like, he knows he's one-on-one here. And he knows Callaway's made a play. And he's still going to come up and play press man. Which, look, I'm all for. And if you're Jalen Ramsey, I'd encourage it. But this dude has already beaten you deep. This is 2nd and 9. This is the down you go deep on. I just don't understand if you're going to play press here. First of all, I personally would coach my defensive backs to get a little bit more inside leverage. I do understand that when you get to the NFL, these defensive backs get a little cocky and they try to play head up, and he may be a little shaded here, but we see at the snap based on the level, like he gets no hands on the receiver here. Like he pretty much gives him a clean release. At least if you are inside shaded a little bit more to the inside, you can attack that inside shoulder and at least try to drive him toward the sideline within the first 5 yards. Here, he has no chance of doing that. He gives Callaway a clean release. And here's the problem. I'm even for giving a clean release. Like, if you're that guy and you can play the hip and you can play the ball, I'm all for giving a clean release as a defensive back. But you know, as a defensive player, that the play has been called to bring pressure. They're bringing outside pressure. They're bringing more guys than the Saints can block. So you know that Jameis is going to have to get rid of the ball literally without even taking a 3-step drop. That gives you a tremendous advantage as a defensive back. That being said, you have to get hands on the receiver. He released clean to the outside. You have to attack that inside shoulder. You have to drive that guy to the sideline so that when Jameis takes this throw, your boy is hanging out with the coaching staff on the sidelines, not running up the sideline wide open for a catch. This isn't bad coverage. This is bad fundamentals. And that is what concerns me. That's what concerns me more than anything here. This is decent. This is good coverage. The old adage is a good throw and a good catch, you cannot stop. That's the old adage. This is a good throw. This is a good catch. But my guy, you have got to help yourself a little bit more pre-snap. If you showed me this film and you said, hey, Jameis is about to throw it deep to this guy in one-on-one, is he going to catch it? My only question would be, how effective of a jam did Shaq Griffin get? How effective? If you told me it wasn't, he barely made contact, I'd say touchdown. These are pro players. If you don't get a jam on this player here on one-on-one, when you know your team is bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, yeah, you're going to get beat. I hate to break it to you. I hate to be that guy. This is the NFL. That's what happens. All right, let's get to some of these comments here. Robert Azard said CJ would have shut him down. Okay. Harley Morrell says, yeah, Kev, not so much man, but hopefully he'll work through it. All right. Callaway might be the new number 1 for the Saints. Those were great catches and great throws, man. There's not much you can say about that. Chef Florida Boy says Campbell's a dude. I think Campbell and CJ Henderson. Look, CJ Henderson played great defense in this game. I kind of went back. Like, I got a little soft spot in my heart for CJ Henderson. I'm not going to lie. I can't explain it. But I watched CJ Henderson on every play of this game, and the dude's ready to play. That being said, me being biased, the dude's ready to play. He's our best corner on the team. They didn't try CJ once. They did not throw. CJ had his guy locked down. CJ can play the ball. I mean, he's one of the best defensive backs with the ball in the air in the league. And I know that sounds like a hyperbole, and then I'm like overshooting him, but he's legit one of those guys. I'll take him all day, all the time. Shay J says a little more of a jam on the wide receiver, and that play never happens. Hey, thank you, Shay. G says, honestly, Griffin was like that in Seattle. I thought that, and I never thought too highly of Jack Griffin. When he got signed for the contract, I was like, okay, maybe he's better than I thought, because admittedly, I don't watch a lot of Seattle Seahawks football. I don't break down film for the Seahawks nearly the way I do for the Jaguars. So I thought maybe I just haven't analyzed him correctly, but I'm unfortunately beginning to think that I have had the right perception of him and that he's not quite the guy that he's paid to be. Crossing my fingers, though. Hopefully I'm wrong. Tuggernut. CJ Henderson still struggles with tackling sometimes, but the dude's legit. That's true. That's a good point. And that's fair. That is fair. It's like sometimes he makes great tackles. I mean, he's a good cut tackler. So he's not Jalen Ramsey. He's not going to freaking drive his shoulder, drive his legs, drop you to the ground. He's going to try to cut tackle you and hopefully beat you with speed. He's not going to go through blocks. He's going to try to go around them. You're right. That's fine. Josh L says, perfect throw. Can't get mad about it. And I agree. But it just sucks that Jameis had 2 perfect throws and 2 perfect catches to the same guy on the same DB. That's the only thing that bothers people, I think. Kev B says CJ's talent is unreal. Ant says, I love the rants. Very insightful. Ant, no, Ant. Robert Atcher says, when you froze it, his knee was down 6 inches from the goal line. Chef says Shaq's still solid. Okay, that's fine. Look, and I think Jags fans are fine with it, and I'm fine with it. I'm not blowing up over preseason. I'm just showing you a couple clips of what I thought stood out. Look. We're Jags fans through and through. We're going to be good. eventually. It might not be this year. We have a generational quarterback. I'm fine with Urban. The stories coming out about Urban being, not ideal for players. Like, get out of here, dude. Like, I'm tired of this. If you watched first touchdown, they were holding on the edge. Okay, that's true. That's fine. That's fine. Duval, I see you. Jalen Ramsey broke Tyreek Hill's collarbone with that bulldog. LOL. Christian Charles saying, hoping we sign Duke Johnson. Look, that's the running back. I didn't even get into Etienne at all. And I think probably an hour is enough. So we're going to call the stream here. I appreciate all you guys being here. I'll be on this weekend, Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Make sure you get the notifications. DJM, don't get me started on Pete Prisco. Don't. Save it for this weekend. If I get started now, here's my problem with Pete Prisco, and I kind of talked about this earlier. Like, the problem with these guys in the national media is they've built like this like base on Twitter of just like nincompoops on that will like any tweet that they like, so they'll get 50 to 100 likes on any tweet they put out there, and they'll just put the most garbage nonsense crap out there on Twitter. Look, if you cannot name your sources, I don't give a shit about what you have to say. You could be you know how many sources I could make up from unnamed sources? You know, it means nothing to me. It means nothing. Like, I legitimately think these columnists and these people, they start beef intentionally to get clicks. It would not like, okay, sweet. Like, you put out an article about the unnamed people are out there. Peter King, unnamed people who don't like the practices. Oh, on the team that won one game last year? Like, who are you trying to get clicks from? Do I care if you have a problem with Urban Meyer? If you're a player that's returning on this team, do I care what you think about Urban Meyer? If you're a player that got cut from your team and the Jags signed you because you weren't good enough to get a new deal with your old team, do I care what you think about the coach? Because obviously your old coach didn't. So even if that report is true about the players not, liking Urban's approach, I could give two rats' ass about that. I can't think of a single player on this team, and I'm trying to, that if they came out and said that, I would be like, okay, and it made me think twice. I can't think of a single player. Like, is there a free agent we brought in whose respect you've garnered over the years? Trevor's would be it. Like, Trevor's is the only person that I would be like, okay, well, but Trevor would never say that. Who else? Who else on this team would come out and be like, I'm not happy with the way things are going on this coaching staff, and you would give a shit? Seriously. We had one win last year. I'm looking to get wins. Urban's trying to get wins. He has shown time and time again that he does not care what people think. He signed a strength coach with racist allegations in his past. He signed Tim Tebow, who all of Twitter was backlashing against for giving him a roster spot. He does not care. He does not care. He's trying to win football games. And you know what? That's perfect for this team. Because I've had years of Doug Marrone, Tom Coughlin, Gus Bradley. The list goes on and on and on of guys who are players, coaches, or are trying to be transparent to the fan base. Don't care. Win me some freaking games. Win me some games. Urban wins games. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to go live either tomorrow or Saturday. So make sure to get in here. Tell your friends about it. I sincerely want to apologize. I was not good about reading comments this show. You guys got me started. The longer night on the pregame. I was pregaming a little bit longer. So I appreciate it. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. I'm an Instagram newbie. Okay, so I'm on Instagram. I'm ready to go. I'm on Twitch at Jags_United. I might even jump on Twitch a little bit tonight. It kind of calms me down a little bit. I can talk Jags while I shoot people in the face. I know it sounds horrible, but thank you guys for being here. Dude, thank you guys that donated. Like, I kind of want to go through and make sure that I get everyone that donated because it really means a lot to me. Jesus is King with $5. UCF Jaguar with $20. Munchalax with $20. Cameron Boisvert with $10. Like, thank you guys. Thank you. I love doing this. This makes my night hanging out with Jags fans. The local media drives me crazy how little they include Jags fans into anything that they do. So thank you. I will see you guys this weekend. And until then, send me your thoughts on the video. on my rants. God knows I need to clean up my rants a little bit. But until then, until this weekend, love